Is Perez planning to fire Carlo Ancelotti from Real Madrid? Has he gone mad? Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. Real Madrid threw a fit and announced a strike, while Vinicius, as usual, embarrassed himself. Manchester United has finally sacked Erik ten Hag. We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. Manchester United has officially sacked Erik ten Hag. I'm not even sure if this news is surprising or not. On one hand, everyone expected it. On the other, the Dutchman somehow managed to pull through the toughest situations. Once again, Erik ten Hag and his team couldn't secure a victory. This time, West Ham was the one to defeat the Red Devils. 3 times this season, we felt an injustice. We should have scored. We created so many chances. We should have been 2 or 3 goals ahead. In the second half, we kept pressing but allowed them back into the game. When you're down 0-1, the team needs to show character. You must demonstrate resilience to get back in the game. The penalty was unfair, Ten Hag told the BBC. Now, regarding goals. Manchester United is the 3rd from the bottom in terms of goals scored. Ten Hag's team has only managed to score 8. Only Southampton and Crystal Palace have scored less, with 6 each. So United might soon sink to their level. Scoring problems remain the main issue for Manchester United. Ten Hag couldn't resolve it, even though the club spends significant amounts on attacking players. However, this has yielded nothing so far, apart from wasted money. Meanwhile, Manchester United has already dropped to 14th place in the league. With such tight competition in the lower part of the table, one more loss could push the club close to the relegation zone. It seems when Mourinho talked about a team he'd have to pull up from rock bottom, he meant Manchester United, as rock bottom is near. Some might even say they've been there for years, considering United's recent performances. Interestingly, Xavi's wife recently posted a picture of him with his son, who was wearing a Manchester United jersey. Many saw this as a hint that Xavi might join United soon. Although it's not the clearest signal, the press couldn't ignore it, and it quickly made headlines. Previously, there was information that Manchester United's management had already contacted Xavi several times to discuss his potential appointment. Some English media reported that all negotiations were happening behind Ten Hag's back, meaning he only finds out about it through the press. Whether to believe this or not is up to you. However, it's likely that he suspected the club would attempt something to change the situation. And we continue to analyze the aftermath of the recent El Clasico. Problems aren't limited to Kylian Mbappe and Bellingham. Carlo Ancelotti is also facing challenges. So what went wrong? We played well in the first half until they scored. After that, we conceded again very quickly. We tried to attack with more numbers, but our opponent took advantage of it. We took risks, and Barcelona had plenty of space. I liked our first half, but once we conceded, we lost our energy. It's painful now. This is a tough moment, but we won't give up. The season is long. Mbappe could have scored 3 to 4 goals. We need to finish our chances better. There were many offsides, and the result doesn't reflect what happened on the pitch. Yes, Barcelona deserved to win, but it was a very close game until the first goal. We need to learn from this defeat. Self-criticism is fundamental, but we shouldn't throw everything away because our first half was solid. This defeat is different from the one against Lille in the Champions League. That day we played very poorly. Today we competed. The last time we lost 0-4 at home to Barcelona, we went on to win La Liga and the Champions League. We will keep fighting, Carlo Ancelotti summed up. And yes, it's worth noting again that nothing is over yet. You could lose 7-0 and still take all the titles by the end of the season. But that's not the main focus right now. As reports that Florentino Perez has lost faith in Papa Carlo and has started preparing for Xabi Alonso's arrival along with Ancelotti's departure. One can't happen without the other. If one arrives, the other must go. Relevo reports that some influential figures in the team's management support the idea of replacing Ancelotti. It is said that the Italian assured the bosses that the club would grow stronger with Mbappe's arrival. Additionally, he insisted on extending Mendy's contract, which the club had not planned to do. There are also concerns about how Ancelotti manages young players. Allegedly, the team still respects the Italian and values his contributions, but feels his time has come to an end. That's how it goes. Today, you're on top, and tomorrow you're not. Football is relentless in this regard. The Spanish press reports that Vinicius was fully confident about winning the Ballon d'Or until yesterday. According to Relevo, the Brazilian celebrated his anticipated victory with family and friends 2 nights ago, even promising each of them a Rolex watch. However, just hours later, he was informed that the award would go to Rodri. Vinicius reacted to the Spaniard's title, saying, "I'll do it another 10 times if necessary." They're not ready. The winger seemed to interpret the situation as a racist conspiracy. However, the explanation is clearly simpler. Among the voters, there were simply more people who valued Rodri's performances higher. Vinicius continues to live in his own world, where Spain is a racist country and either UEFA or racists are taking away his Ballon d'Or. Instead of showing respect with something like, "Rodri is a fantastic player, he deserves it, I'll try to win it next time," Vinicius believes there are no players better than him. Why cause a scandal? Why take such an attitude toward an award that has never been truly objective? According to the press, Vinicius himself insisted that Real Madrid should not attend the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Just hours before departure, the club canceled the flight on which a delegation of 50 Real Madrid representatives was to fly to Paris. Marca also reports that Real Madrid canceled a 5-hour program about the Ballon d'Or on its club TV channel. The team is outraged by what they call monstrous injustice. Cope, Relevo, and Marca all say that the club is disrespected and was deprived of the Ballon d'Or due to poor relations with UEFA. In Madrid, the award is now called the UEFA Ballon d'Or. Of course, it's all about Ceferin and his associates. After all, things between Manchester City and Ceferin are perfect. No lawsuits, no disputes. But hold on. I understand Real Madrid's and Vinicius's disappointment, but one needs to know how to lose. Not having the Ballon d'Or doesn't diminish Vinicius's achievements last year, nor does it take away Real Madrid's titles from last season. The award subjectively and controversially went to someone else, and honestly, that's fine. There's no need for this childish spectacle, especially given how many times Real Madrid players have won this trophy undeservedly. In the end, Real Madrid showed disrespect toward Manchester City and the outstanding leagues better than Vinicius Rodri. Losing is, of course, unpleasant, especially when you believe it's undeserved. But Real Madrid contradicts itself. When they expected the Ballon d'Or, they prepared for it. Special TV programs, gold boots from Nike, and various promotions. The club led a full campaign to ensure Vinicius would win. Players and representatives were hyping it up, saying he deserved it. Media close to Real Madrid also worked to convince the public that Vinicius deserved the award more than anyone else. Real valued the Ballon d'Or. But when a non-real player wins, suddenly the Ballon d'Or doesn't matter. UEFA bought it all and so on. It would have been nice to see more mature behavior from representatives of a club whose greatness is not defined by Ballon d'Or trophies. And most importantly, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. The Spaniard had an outstanding Euro, performing consistently for both his national team and club. Rodri does everything on the field, clears, initiates attacks, controls the tempo, and even scores when he has to push forward due to a low defensive block. Rodri became a key player for the powerful Manchester City, a team that even forced Real Madrid to retreat to their penalty box and rely on the hope of winning in a penalty shootout. Coaches have recognized this for a long time. Yes, once again, let me point out that defensive midfielders often face man-marking as if they were Ronaldo or Messi, but his contribution to the game is at that same level. That's exactly why he won the Ballon d'Or. Believe me, I could make plenty of arguments in favor of Vinicius, who took second place. But Rodri is a defensive midfielder. When was the last time a defensive midfielder won the Ballon d'Or? In 2003, Pavel Nedved, and after that it's been mostly attacking players. Luka Modric is still an attacking midfielder. When will a defensive midfielder win this title again? Perhaps in another 20 years. And that's unfair. Yes, defenders, goalkeepers, and defensive midfielders don't score much and aren't as noticeable, but do they contribute less than forwards? No. For Rodri to win the Ballon d'Or, he needed a monumental season with 12 goals, 14 assists, 4 trophies, and only one single loss. Just think about it. A defensive midfielder scored 12 goals and provided 14 assists. Without winning the Euro, this award wouldn't have happened, although Rodri deserved it even without that. But in the EPL, he didn't even make the list of nominees for Player of the Season. Funny, not really. And this isn't a criticism of Rodri and his Ballon d'Or, but rather a criticism of the EPL and the general underappreciation of players in this role. Rodri belongs to a type of player who typically never competes for awards. Not only does he play in such a position, but he also doesn't stand out, not even maintaining social media. His speech after receiving the award was very simple. "I don't have social media, so people don't know much about me, but I'm just an ordinary guy. I love sports, I love my profession, and I just try to be a good person." A significant moment was that Rodri accepted the award on crutches. Real Madrid believes UEFA specifically deprived them of the Ballon d'Or. I don't believe Ceferin was particularly happy that the award went to an injured Rodri, who complains about the schedule. Rodri's victory is a statement that football is, above all, a team game, where creating conditions for others' achievements is just as important as achieving them yourself. So what do you think, friends? Share your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.